Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Jeff, or Jeffology, and today I wanted to discuss this crazy changing interest rate environment and how that affects real estate investing. Now, it's important to realize that changing interest rates affect everybody in real estate, not just house hackers. Whether you're fix and flipping, or you're starting an Airbnb business, or even if you're moving into your first home, a small change in interest rates can have a huge effect on your monthly payment. And I am mind blown by the changes in the last 6 to 12 months and what that means for affordability, for your monthly payment, and honestly, for the cost of housing. If you're interested in future real estate investing and personal finance videos, please feel free to subscribe and leave a like on this video. Let's delve into a real life example today. I pulled the numbers from a listing just down the street from me in Virginia, and we're going to assume all things being equal, the only variable that's changing is the interest rate. We're under ideal conditions. There's no homeowners association. There's no credit score to worry about fluctuating. Everything is as ideal as possible, at least a 740 or higher. If you were to buy a house today, $500,000 house, and you were to put down 5%, and the interest rate was only 2.5%, which is what it's been for the last year or two. Maybe even 6 months ago, it was back in the 2.5–3% rate. Your monthly payment, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance would be a little over $2,500 a month, manageable. If you bought that exact same house today at a 7% interest rate, the house hasn't gotten any nicer, all that's changed is time in the interest rate, your new payment increases by $1,300 per month for 30 years. That is a ton of money. That is a over 50% increase in your payment for the exact same thing. Interest rates still are not done rising. The federal government has not gotten interest rates under control. Who knows what we could see at the end of this year or the start of next year, but I don't think 9% is out of the equation at all. So let's run the numbers there, and let's assume we get to 9% by the end of this year. I think that's moderately likely to happen. If we were to run the exact same numbers, $500,000 house, at 9%, your monthly payment, I'm sorry, it's not funny, it increases by $1,950 a month, every month for 30 years. That's $2,000 extra out of your pocket for the exact same thing. We're not talking about a candy bar here. It didn't go from $1 to $1.75. Think of what you could do with $2,000, and then think to yourself, why am I spending $2,000 for the exact same thing that I could have got for half the price a year ago? It's unbelievably more expensive, and all that's changed are interest rates. So house hacking has become a lot more difficult. It's hard to make any sort of profit or a solid found investment when the bank is taking anywhere between 50 to 75% of your profits. It's just a crazy, chaotic time. Nobody knows where home prices are gonna go, where interest rates are gonna stop. Everything is changing, and if you're watching from the sidelines, it sure is entertaining, but if you're ready to get your feet wet and jump into real estate investing, I have to give you some words of advice and some caution. Please approach your deals and bake in a little extra cushion for anything you're looking at. Run your numbers in the worst case scenario. Figure out where you can add value to a property. See what negotiations you can have with the seller to see what credits or concessions they can give. It's an unbelievably chaotic and uncertain time to be investing in real estate, and I myself don't think I would be house hacking today, all things equal. Let's take a look at where we are in the real estate investing cycle. So when interest rates are low, home prices go up. Eventually, interest rates have to tick back up, and that brings house prices down. Right now, both things are up. So you're buying realistically at the top of the market. Who knows what's gonna happen in the next year, a few years? There's talks about a looming recession. There's talks about, the stock market going down 30, 40, 50%. Nobody knows what's gonna happen, and it's better to be cautious than it is to throw your entire net worth into a bad deal. With that information in mind, I hope you can understand why I've been hesitant to create house hacking videos recently. I still wholly believe that house hacking is the best real estate strategy anyone can use to get themselves into their first property. The next two videos I want to put out will be as unbiased as possible, the pros and cons of house hacking. I want you to learn from my experience, and I want to help everybody do exactly what I've done. I truly try to have your best interest at heart. And when my friends approach me and they say, Jeff, I'd like to get started with it, I have to tell them I was incredibly fortunate to be participating in the point in the market where real estate interest rates were at all-time historic lows. I got lucky, and I understand that. And thankfully, I can at least pass on some of the wisdom and information I've learned over the last few years to help you in your situation. But I also need to be pragmatic and give you as much caution and heads up as possible. There's a lot of uncertainty in the market. There's a lot we don't know, and it's better to run your numbers and play it safe than it is to be overly exuberant and optimistic and just jump into something to get your feet wet. If your numbers make sense and you can add value to the deal, and you can have the seller cover some of your costs, go for it. It's always a good time to be buying something that's a good deal. But those deals right now are very hard to find. When I run the numbers on the MLS just to see what's out there, nothing. I don't have a single house in my buy box. It's crazy, it's chaos. Anyway, I'm sorry for all the doom and gloom. I just wanted to give you a little slice about what's been going on in my mind. From here forward, it should be pretty pragmatic and useful information about real estate investing, house hacking, and I want to engage with you. So if you have any future suggestions for video topics, leave it as a comment. If you have any questions or comments about this video, leave it as a comment. I try to engage with you as much as possible. So thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this and to listen to me. I hope I get to hear from you soon. If you haven't yet, please leave a comment and like the video and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.